And how does meta leadership help business owners and executives achieve peak performance in both their professional but also in their personal lives?
Okay, so when we talk about meta leadership, it is a blending of the self leadership that I was talking about, the organizational leadership also. Now, when we blend the two, they become peak performers because now they know who they are. Now they know what they need to do emotionally, spiritually. Spiritually is the connection between themselves and, like their inner self, and the outer world, which is the strategic leadership that we always talk about, which is the traditional leadership. So when we are blending these three, the leader becomes a peak performer. So when we are talking about the business owner, or maybe like the corporates executives that we are talking about, they get a lot of mental clarity. They are aware where they are. They are aware about where they want to go. So even if they have some limiting beliefs, they can work on it. Even if they want to go to a flow state and start working and develop the team, which you were mentioning the other day about the flow state.
Yeah.
If they want to develop the team according to the flow state, how they can achieve that and blend everything together to bring out the best in themselves, then organize, and it is, if it is aligned with the organizational goal, I think nobody can stop them from getting the success that they are looking for, because this makes them more resilient. This makes them like more emotionally strong, emotionally intelligent, and ultimately it is the benefit of the organization as well as individuals. So business owners can handle a lot of decision making. Business owners and like even corporates, they can handle the team much better because they are aware of themselves and they are aware of the surroundings, as well as they have the leadership skills in them. So everything blended together. Gone are those days when it was only like the leaders would work hierarchically and like from top to bottom. It's no more like that. It is more about influencing the team, leading the way to make it successful.
Yeah, I think this is good that you also said that you link the different dimensions of leadership, so the internal, the organizational, and
I
the
think that
general
way
traditional.
yes, I think that way the success becomes more sustainable.
And one tricky question that I often get posed, so how can you be sure that this program is also really effective? Because quite often leadership development programs are offered, and then it's, yeah, the people feel happy about it. But how would you say, how would you describe success?
I think, Daniel, this is, it is indeed a tricky question. Now, success is not only about bringing results and making the people inside the organization getting into total burnout, or like they are totally stressed, and we are very happy that that the organization has reached its goals. Success means happy people, happy organization. Success means there is a lot of fulfillment in the people, and they are all, as you said the other day, they have a purpose towards the same goal. They are, going towards the same goal. And that is why I feel going towards the same goal, achieving the results, and people are happy inside, outside, that is success. Success cannot be just organizational success, it has to be people success also. And that is where I feel meta leadership is very important.
So it's really a holistic model,
It
the
is.
good work environment, also KPIs. And the third dimension that was also in my question is the private life. So how would you say, does it affect the private life, maybe even your private life?
Uh, Daniel, sorry. So when you're talking about the private and personal life, of course, there will be a major shift, because when we have different modalities that we work on, something like mindfulness, something like inner healing, something like stress management, which is more about understanding what is bothering you and how you can work on those, because stress is inevitable, stress will be there. How can you work on those on different areas and make it possible that it is not a stress which is bothering you or bringing burnout, but it's a stress which is making you push yourself and go towards the goal with more happiness, more joy. And I think mindfulness helps in that. A lot of different NLP techniques that we call neuro linguistic programming, those techniques help leaders to work on their mind, to bring more focus, to bring to avoid procrastination. So these areas, I think we work a lot when we talk about meta leadership.
Yeah, I think what you said, it makes complete sense, because when you are happy at work, it also reflects at home. And
Absolutely.
if you are stressed or not stressed, it's a big difference. And with the NLP, maybe you can even resolve the conflicts at home with your partner more
Yes,
successfully.
absolutely. And Daniel, you know what I'm seeing, and it really makes me feel bad. Nowadays, leaders are so much under pressure that they forget the real self of, like their true self. So what comes out is anger, hatred, frustration at home, because that is something that they can't go and show to the world. So the personal lives are also getting affected, and that really affects me, because I know many of my clients who are actually, I've seen them for since years, and I see the transformation, which is a negative transformation. They're doing very well in their work area, but very unhappy, total, like there's no fulfillment, very, very stressed all the time. And the outcome comes through the behavior. And it is extremely, very, very sad, because people are misunderstanding them, judging them wrong, but they are actually not that what we are seeing. It is just under pressure. They are facing this. So I really want Daniel to bring a huge change in this, so that people enjoy their work and they don't suffer a lot.
And that they
So,
don't release all the stress and pressure at home with blaming and arguing, right?
yes, yes, because what is happening is relationships are getting, like totally problematic. And at home, they don't have time for the children. At home, they don't have time for the spouse. And I think this is not the right way to live. We have one life to live, YOLO. So you live only once. So you have to have good relationships around. Just because of the stress, anxiety, you can't afford to lose, like close people. So it works both ways in meta leadership.
Mm. And the focus is really that we are human beings, and that's what I
Yes,
like. Yeah. Mhm.
absolutely. And I remember on the last in the last podcast we discussed, focus is we are all human beings. We are just becoming zombies, and we are just trying to prove to the whole world that we are capable, because the whole world claps you when you are capable. The whole world doesn't clap you when you say I'm a happy man or I'm a happy woman. It is that is how we get the validation from outside, that okay, like I get applauded when I'm really doing well. Nobody applauds me when I say, hey, I'm a happy man, you are not a happy man. So that is where the difference is. Leaders, I have a lot of leaders who are clients and who are friends, and most of them are doing very well, Daniel, but then uh, there is something which is constantly bothering them. There's something which is not allowing them to feel happy, open up, and be the true self that they are, and that makes me feel really, really bad.
Because if you're not authentic, I think there are so many effects on your health, on your relationships,
Absolutely,
on everything. Yeah.
absolutely. It is like you just ruin yourself internally. Your value system goes haywire. You're not able to do what you want to do. It's just like a machine you're working.